Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Welcome to H-Town Rush. I'm Steph Simmons.
I'm Kimberly Davis.
And I'm Cheetah Craft. It's Wednesday, July 21st, and that means almost back to school, guys.
Can you believe we're already talking about that? Summer
can't.
flew by. Okay, with summer and that in mind, vacation winding down, COVID concerns on the rise again, we want to hear from you about this. What are you doing to get your kids ready to go back to school?
Do you have special supplies this year? Have you done any extra shopping? Well, let us know. Just text us at 713-526-1111.
But first, Cheetah Craft, is the morning commute looking dry or not so much?
Well, it's a little bit of a mixed bag. So areas north of I-10 still dry, but let me zoom in. South of I-10, no, we have some nice downpours. Some of these healthy downpours are really on the healthy side. So Sienna, Fort Bend County, I'm talking to you, Mission Bend, Pecan Grove. This is where we've been continuing to monitor some of these downpours. So a 30% chance early. That will stay with us through your lunchtime hour of a few downpours. And then a 40% chance this afternoon. Umbrellas will be needed today. Keep them at hand. You'll need them for one more day tomorrow. We'll talk more about your weekend forecast in just a little bit. Steph, I'll send it over to you.
All right, Cheetah, looking like a wet and wild ride in Deer Park. And you know what? This accident's been going on for at least 10 minutes. I checked right when it happened and it didn't look that bad as far as wet conditions. And now that's all it took, just 10 minutes later, and it's starting to get really crazy out there. So this is the westbound side at Tidal, and they're pushing you over because of this solo car crash to the right-hand side or use the feeder road. That is the only crash we're dealing with, but again, it's been there for 10 minutes. Looks like the wrecker's on scene, but could be there for maybe 10 plus more minutes to come. At 5:02, July is winding down and many of us are preparing to send our kids back to school.
One thing many parents like you, Steph, are worried about the rising COVID cases we're seeing right here around Houston.
Yes, and despite the new cases, most schools will be 100% in person this fall, and Governor Abbott says masks will not be mandated in schools. With that in mind, our Michelle Choi is live in the Med Center digging into this issue a little further. Michelle, what do we know about what schools are going to be doing about this?
Well, Kim and Steph, you know, right now the struggle is real for both school districts and parents with COVID cases climbing here in the Med Center and across Houston. A lot of you parents are telling us you're nervous about the upcoming school year. So what are our school districts doing to handle all of this? Well, we reached out to more than 15 of them, and the majority of them, including big ones like HISD, say since the governor's executive order prohibits mask requirements, they're left to recommend students wear face coverings in classrooms instead. They're also urging families to vaccinate students who are eligible. Right now, anyone 12 and older can get a shot. A number of districts also say they'll continue to offer vaccinations with the help of medical partners and adhere to the TEA's health and safety guidance. It won't be easy, though. As we reported last week, less than 30% of students ages 12 to 17 are vaccinated nationwide. But it's tough for some families like the Ali's, whose 2 out of 3 children remain unprotected due to their age. However, they're ready and waiting for their chance to get a shot.
We're going to be first in line as soon as we can, as soon as we're allowed to get our younger 2 children vaccinated, because it will be a game changer for our family. We will feel so much more safe.
And get this, a lot of parents tell us even their children who are vaccinated will still be masking up as they head back to school, now just weeks away. It's just that added layer of protection. Kim?
Michelle, live for us this morning in the Med Center. A lot of families are following this story. And sticking with COVID-19, case counts, vaccines, and kids waiting for their shot. Our team of reporters is covering this issue from all the angles.
I'm Stephanie Whitfield. Leaders in the Texas Medical Center say we're clearly seeing a 4th wave in the COVID-19 pandemic. Both Houston Methodist and Memorial Hermann are reporting big jumps in hospitalizations since the 4th of July holiday. Nearly all new cases and hospitalizations are among people who are not vaccinated.
I'm Marcelino Benito. Parents now juggling divided households where some kids are vaccinated and others aren't. And now parents having to take extra precautions with their unvaccinated children. Right now, only those 12 and older can get the vaccine. That means for families, 2 of their 3 kids have no protection, so they have to be extra careful.
I'm Lauren Tallarico. What's making people get vaccinated now, even though they don't really want to? That's what we asked people who finally decided to get their shot. Reasons range from needing a job and being afraid they won't get hired to fears of the Delta variant. Health officials are working constantly to combat vaccine hesitancy.
If you're in that group that wants to get vaccinated now, we're here for you. Just text the word vaccine to 713-526-1111 and we'll send you back some helpful links. And coming up, we'll talk about why you should still get the vaccine despite the reports of these so-called breakthrough cases.
4, command engine start. 2, 1.
Just as exciting watching the rerun. My goodness. Okay, a historic leap sparking huge interest in the space race. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, his brother Mark, pilot Wally Funk, and 18-year-old Oliver Damon went to space and came back successfully. The whole flight lasted just over 10 minutes with speeds peaking at 3 times the speed of sound. This now sets the stage for the beginning of commercial passenger service later this year.
Well, you know, it's an experience for just my generation and the past generation, and like the past generations. It is driving us towards the future, I guess.
You can tell when you're onto something, and this is important. We're going to build a road to space so that our kids and their kids can build the future.
Incredible to be living through this, right? By the way, each member received astronaut wings, including 82-year-old Wally Funk.
Yes, Wally!
Yes! She was so excited. Funk trained to be an astronaut in the 60s, if you'll recall, but her all-women Mercury mission was scrapped by NASA. Now she is proving to a new generation that you can still achieve your dreams.
I just love that.
Yeah. It was a really special day
yesterday. It's so special. Well, moving on, the search is on for a suspect accused of killing a mother in her own home.
We broke this heartbreaking story to you yesterday morning here on H-Town Rush. The woman's 16-year-old son made that awful discovery.
Investigators say the teen was upstairs in his bedroom when he heard several gunshots. They say moments later he found his mother dead, then went to call for help. Investigators say there were signs of forced entry and that woman's car is still missing.
Stop and look at your screen right now. Have you seen this white car? Houston police think this is the car involved in a road rage shooting that killed 17-year-old David Castro 2 weeks ago. Detectives are looking for a 2011 to 2013 Buick LaCrosse with a CXL premium package.
Frightening moments caught on camera. A home in North Texas explodes, hurting 6 people. Now firefighters say they think an isolated gas leak caused that blast in Plano.
Harris County is hiring more judges to deal with a massive backlog of cases. Right now, there's nearly 100,000 criminal cases piled up. The judges will take on about 1,000 of the most violent and most delayed cases.